A range of mountains appeared like magic in America's western desert a few months back. Their peaks have attracted any number of visitors, including our own Lee Cowan.
I-15 in Nevada, just outside Las Vegas. It's arguably one of the more bland stretches of pavement on the planet. But out in all that khaki is something that has motorists rubbing their eyes in disbelief. This is no mirage. It's very real, very big, and very bright.
It does sort of call to you from the road in a way that nothing else in the middle of the desert necessarily does.
Yeah. It really gets you excited, worked on.
Made of painted limestone, these Technicolor towers appear both ancient and modern, both native and foreign. And that is precisely why it is art, says David Walker of the Nevada Museum of Art.
But I think we're seeing a movement over the last few years where artists would like to engage a larger public and would like to have scale.
They look almost like people, just giant, nice people, gentle people.
It's the vision of Ugo Rondinone, a Swiss artist living in Harlem, who calls his desert friends the 7 Magic Mountains.
So what do you want people to take away from this?
It's not something intellectual, it's just something to experience. I always say it, you don't have to understand an artwork, you have to feel it.
And people have been making connections with it ever since Ugo unveiled it this past May.
It's so colorful, it's huge, and it's not something you'd expect to see out here in the desert, so it's really surprising.
Droves of the curious have been braving the desert heat, not to mention warnings of venomous snakes, to come investigate the oddity for themselves.
1, 2, 3, go.
It's a social media magnet.
They're cool, huh?
A backdrop for all manner of things, both real and a little surreal. Like the costumed aliens who showed up when we were there. Still, the work is not for everyone.
There are some people who say that it's marred the desert, that they're not big fans of it. What do you say to those people?
I say to those people, many people who have never experienced the landscape, the Nevada desert, for the first time, when they came with their children, they see the beauty of this landscape.
He took the boulders from the landscape itself. Each he handpicked from a nearby quarry, some weighing more than 50,000 pounds apiece.
We moved them stone by stone, one by one.
The stones were shaved flush with the help of a huge diamond saw, and holes were drilled for an internal skeleton that would hold the boulders in place. And then came layer after layer of that bright day glow paint.
It's the contrast that you wanted, right? Between the artificial and the natural.
Exactly. I wanted to use natural material but make it artificial.
Well, it's worth coming out here for.
Thank you.
It's bigger than I thought.
It is?
It is.
Its size is historic. It's the largest land art project out here in more than 40 years. Michael Heiser made Rift, a zigzag trench dug in a dry lake bed here in Nevada, back in 1968. 2 years later, the Spiral Jetty, jutting out into Utah's Great Salt Lake, was envisioned by Robert Smithson. But since then, nothing has been created on that kind of scale. The Nevada Museum of Art wanted to reprise that tradition, especially right here, where Ugo's art would get the maximum number of eyeballs from people going to and from Las Vegas.
It's just a very small percentage of people go to museum or gallery. So I love the idea of public art and having in the open for everyone to see it.
It's not forever, however. In 2 years, 7 Magic Mountains is scheduled to be dismantled. The sentinels that once beckoned the curious from the freeway will remain only in the mind's eye.